countries that treat everyone equally, fairly, and are welcoming to strangers. The majority of these countries are humanistic, atheistic in the majority of beliefs of its citizens. Any countries that have very high control religions, one of the world religions, usually is not a progressive country. You look at countries where women have to wear scarves and all kinds of religious coverings due to men's inability to take accountability for their behavior. They are not progressive countries. Any country that treats women poorly fails. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but ultimately they all fail. And a lot of those countries no longer exist. Countries that don't respect women equally with men and offer equal opportunities and access to power will not survive forever. So how does religion, specifically high control Christianity fundamentalism, how do we slut shame women, and how do we teach women to do it to others, and how do we teach women to do it to themselves? Well, the oldest way: shame, guilt, embarrassment. We teach women to not listen to their inner voice. We teach women that their bodies are gross. We don't teach women any factual anatomy, kinesiology. In a previous video, I mentioned that less than 22% of U.S. states require consent to be taught to any age of kids. Less than 50% of U.S. states require factual, medically, and scientific facts concerning anatomy, kinesiology, sex education, and consent. We don't want women educated. We don't want men educated, because then they're a threat to control. And since the late 80s, early 90s, Baptist churches specifically, and this is in all denominations, you might have heard of it, purity culture. How does purity culture and its effects affect mental health? I read a statistic online. Don't remember where it came from, but if you Google, what percentage do religious women experience sexual dysfunction? I read they are 3 times more likely. Women in high control religious Christian environments are 3 times more likely to develop endometriosis, pelvic floor pain, vaginismus, all kinds of things that impact or completely stall sexual satisfaction. If women don't understand how their body works, how it doesn't, and how other groups of people view their body and its functions, you can never be a full functioning, happy individual, because you're missing an important part of yourself. Women who grow up in these denominations, in these high control religious groups, are taught from the cradle or whenever they join these churches, their body is dirty. Their body is evil. It tempts, it lures. That men can't control themselves, even though men go out of their way to make it so that women can never be in charge. Women are taught that who they are and how they're born is tied up with how men see them. I remember hearing Southern Baptist preachers tell groups I've been in, a woman isn't pretty until a man tells her she's pretty. You don't need a man telling you that something is true. Women have so low self-esteem. Even in secular society, they have to mutilate themselves to make themselves look pretty. We call it plastic surgery. And I'm not hating on plastic surgery. I'm saying that it can become an addiction. I'm saying that the majority of women out there do get plastic surgery because there's so much pressure on women looking good without being a tempting person, that women it's hard for them to set boundaries.